Christ is the Answer Ministries Ngong has held celebrations to mark 20 years since its launch. Faithful members streamed into the church in numbers, entering the adorned sanctuary, which was filled with songs of celebration as a way of marking the 20-year anniversary. The guest speaker, CITAM presiding Bishop Callisto Odede, preached on the unchanging God in changing times. Alice Diana brings us this report.
It was song and dance as Christ is the Answer Ministries CITAM Nong Assembly celebrated 20 years of God's faithfulness under the theme Ebenezer, this far the Lord has helped us. The assembly was opened on 13th July 2003. Pastor Stephen Mutua, then an evangelist, was appointed to be the first leader as the senior pastor of the assembly named Nairobi Pentecostal Church NPC Ngong. Some of the CITAM Nong Assembly milestones are hosting of DVBS for the Ngong region with between 1,500 to 2,500 participants each year, supporting missionaries in Orotoroti, launching of CITAM Nong schools in 2014, and completion and the launching of CITAM Nong Sanctuary in October 2017. CITAM's presiding Bishop Reverend Callisto Odede, who preached on the topic, The Unchanging God in the Changing Times, reiterated that God is unchanging in all circumstances.
Sometimes I'm down. You feel like I do not know what is happening, a place of defeat. But ladies and gentlemen, it is interesting that our God is faithful even in incidences like that. One of the things that we need to be trained on as Christians who have actually been brought up to believe in an unchanging God is to be able to capture the aspect that our God is still God, even in the midst of a defeat, even in the midst of a challenge, even in the midst of circumstances that are contrary. He never changes at all, for he has declared, I, the Lord your God, I never change.
CITAM Nong's senior pastor, Reverend Ken Kimiwe, acknowledged the former senior pastors who served at the assembly before for the great work they did during their tenure.
Oh yes, let's celebrate all our former senior pastors. Beginning with who? Bishop Stephen Mutua, who laid the foundation here and who planted this church. And then we had Pastor Edwin Gaira coming in and took over from him. And thereafter, Pastor Reverend Justus Mugambi came on. After Mugambi finished, Pastor Preso came on. And by the way, Reverend Jesse was with us last Sunday, and he has been the longest of all the former senior pastors. And we want to acknowledge him, amen? After Jesse Mwai, we had Pastor Jotham Munene, who sent his love and greetings to you. He's in Mombasa, and he was hosting the governor there, and so he said that we greet you. After Jotham Munene, we had Josephat Shichende coming in as our sixth senior pastor, and the seventh, and yours truly, Manasifiwe.
CITAM Nong congregants said the church has helped them grow in their spiritual walk as they highlighted their take-home from today's sermon.
As a member, but I've been in this church since 2004.
Wow!
I've grown in this church. Yeah, since we were the tent, when we were a little young, a young family, we just moved to Ngong, and we have raised our family here, most of my siblings, in this church. We have grown through Sunday school, through youth, and right now I was baptized in this church. I think three weeks ago, I was baptized in this church. Yeah, so it's just a life-changing moment as we celebrate CITAM Nong at 20 years.
Well, I would say that since I'm a young person in ministry, it has really helped me grow in my spiritual walk. I've gotten mentors, I've gotten friends who have helped me build my spiritual life. I've gotten prayer partners from this church. I've been able to join a Bible study from this church, and I'm so grateful.
For Hope TV News Watch, I'm Alice Diana.